This is Southpaw Slim, aka Judd Esty-Kendall, doing another episode of Southpaw Slim's songs. I'm recording songs I've written over the course of 50 some odd years, and just because they've never been written down or many of them recorded before. And in this episode I'm starting with songs written mainly about children because there were children around when I was writing the songs. The first one is called My Friend the Moon and was written for my oldest son who had cancer at a young age. So it's really about that. He's fine now, to the extent he's fine. But this is a song that was written, he was about 2.5, maybe 3 when this was written. Down from the sky, says to me, Luke, please don't cry. Mommy and Daddy are standing close by. Close your eyes, go to sleep, good night. When you awake in the morning sun, we'll laugh and play and have some fun. You know that someday this will all be done. Close your eyes, go to sleep, good down from the sky, says to me, Luke, please don't cry. Mommy and Daddy are standing close by. Close your eyes, go to sleep, good night. That was My Friend the Moon. You've probably heard that many times. Yeah.
It's a nice lullaby.
Yeah, it was hard to get him to sleep at times.
Mm-hmm.
And the second song is the other side of things. Well, I won't take my medicine 'cause it tastes so bad. Hold on, let me start again, Mike. The thumbnail's a little. I won't take my medicine 'cause it tastes so bad. I won't take my medicine, it's the worst thing I ever have had. Even though it makes me better, there's just one thing I want to say. I ain't gonna take that medicine today. Well, my name is Luke Esty-Kendall, and I'm a very good boy. I do what my mother tells me, I even put away my toys. But some days I just feel ugly, and then you're gonna hear me say, I ain't gonna take that medicine today. Won't take my medicine, 'cause it tastes so bad. Won't take my medicine, it's the worst thing I ever have had. Even though it makes me better, there's just one thing I want to say. I ain't gonna take that medicine today. Well, my mama comes over to me with that stuff in a little cup. She smiles a lot and she winks her eye, says I gotta drink it up. But I hold my nose and close my eyes and turn my head away, 'cause I ain't gonna take that medicine today. Won't take medicine 'cause it tastes so bad. Won't take my medicine, it's the worst thing I ever have had. Even though it makes me better, there's just one thing I'm gonna say: I won't take that medicine today. That was Won't Take My Medicine, which he would sometimes do.
How did he receive that one? Like, did you play it for him?
Oh yeah. He heard all these.
Yeah.
He liked that one. All he says about it is, I never picked up my toys. While he was sick, he got a brother. And there are no songs with words about this brother, because he was all motion all of the time. So after going to a Celtic concert of some kind, I can't remember the concert at all, I just came home and put this together. It's called Juddy's Jig. And let's see if something's funny with my fingernails catching.
Oh no.
Juddy's Jig, yeah. I've never written anything Celtic related before or after that. You go to one of those concerts and you've got those chords and those
really,
little
it just
tunes
gets right
playing
in there.
your
Makes
head.
you want to dance.
It's funny, I've heard that one a lot, but I had no idea that was even one of your songs. Because I was like, something he plays.
Yeah, well, it's a finger warmer upper often. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to play my sort of universal lullaby. This was actually really written for the kids. I don't think you were alive yet, because this was written when Alex was a newborn. Your cousin Alex, my niece, and sort of song came together after visiting my brother and sister-in-law and Alex and as a newborn, but it was really about my kids, who were Juddy and Luke at that time. I told my brother it was for Alex, and I told Alex that too. It's now called Alex's Song in the family.
Oh, nice.
Sweet dreams tonight, sleep tight, see you again in the morning light. Twilight fades, funny shapes on the window shades. Close your eyes, it's time for your midnight ride. I'll tuck you into your spaceship bed. unravel the dreams that play in your head. Sweet dreams tonight. Sleep tight. See you again in the morning light. Your tiny hands, all the things you can't understand, your little cries, I swear they bring tears to my eyes. I treasure each moment like a flower plucked in spring, yet I long for the change that each turn of the earth does bring. Sweet dreams tonight. Sleep tight. See you again in the morning light. You're still blessed with incredible innocence in my arms. You've no thought of any harm. I promise you now all the love I can show, all the things that I lost so many years ago. Sweet dreams tonight. Sleep tight. See you again in the morning light. Now I should have introduced you guys at the beginning. So if you cut, you can go back. This is Kaz Childs, who's our recording engineer and a fellow musician. And this is my daughter, Gwyn Esty-Kendall, who is also a musician and who knows me fairly well. And so let's see, I think I'll play Gwyneth's song next,
Aw.
which is called Sleepyhead. Now this song, I started writing this when you were little, but I didn't really finish it till, for some of my songs started and weren't completed for 20 years because they just were fragments in my mind. But this is, so this, there's a verse about you older that was different than Sleepyhead stays in bed all the live day long. The sun comes up, her eyes she shuts, dreaming on and on. When you wake in the morning, time just slips away. Rise and face the brand new day. As I watch you play, my heart it feels at peace, and I wonder if wonders never cease. I wonder if wonders never cease. That winter morn, when you were born, the sky was frozen blue. You stopped to wait at heaven's gate. So glad you made When you wake in the morning, time just slips away. Rise and face the brand new day. As I watch you play, my heart it feels at peace, and I wonder if wonders ever cease. Now you're grown, you're on your own hopes and dreams. Wish that I could tell you why, and all the things I've seen. When you wake in the morning, time just slips away. Rise and face the brand new day. As I watch you play, my heart it feels at peace, and I wonder if wonders ever cease. I wonder if wonders ever cease. See, when Gwyn was born, she went into distress, and all the needles went down to 0, and I got hustled right out of the room, and they rushing to put the anesthetic on Cindy, her mom, and then I was just in a waiting room, watching through a glass window a doctor working on her.
Oh man, that's stressful.
And there was a radio going, and I got up a little irritated at the radio because I was trying to focus and I didn't want to hear the radio. But they were. Then I started thinking, why are they talking about that time that one of the astronaut spaceships blew up? And it turned out Gwyn was born at almost the exact moment the Challenger blew up.
No way.
And they were reporting on the Challenger.
Yep.
Whoa. That gives me chills.
Yeah.
I had to be transported to another hospital.
Yeah, she had to be
Oh,
transported to another
goodness.
hospital. But
Do you feel very connected now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Right.
Huh?
Pretty intense birth.
yeah,
Right.
it was pretty intense. But at least I got that song out of it.
Yeah. I'm still not a morning person.
You
still
do it. That was
sleepy.
I'm sure I don't remember starting to write the song, but I probably was some morning like that. Why isn't she up yet?
Like, nope.
Oh man.
Oh, let's see. What do we got that we can do? I'll do a couple of other sort of family type songs. This is, I don't know if anyone's really ever heard this one, but I used to have a large territory I covered as a lawyer. I think this song was probably written in very early 1980s. I was the litigation director for the Handicap Rights Project, but I was also, there weren't many of us, and I had everything from Bangor north, so I used to go down to up to Aroostook County and down to Machias pretty regularly, and there was the old airline. People don't know what the airline was like to drive back in those days.
I've heard some stories.
It was pretty. It could be pretty hairy.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Rolling easy on my way back home. It's getting breezy. It's gonna be a storm. But I'll get back about the midnight hour with a little shot of whiskey and a long hot shower, rolling easy on my way back home. Can't wait to see the woman I adore. She's there to greet me by the kitchen door. She'll tell me that she's tired, well, that's alright. We'll still be here in the morning light, rolling easy on my way back home. The kids are dreaming, I know they're tucked in tight. I'll go up to see 'em when I get home tonight. Love can be peaceful or love can be wild. You've never known true love till you've been loved by a child. Rolling easy on my way back home. My old friends are drinking in some bar downtown. I'm only thinking, so glad I'm homeward bound. Everybody tells me true love is hard to find. They spend their lonely lifetimes making up their minds, rolling easy on my way back home. Yeah, that was a country song. I was into some country stuff. In fact, once I dreamed an entire album of new material for Johnny Cash, and I woke up just to sound, this is great. I've got to write this down. And I ran around the room looking for a pencil or a pen or something, and it took a while to find one. And by the time I finished, all I could remember was one verse of one song. The song was called I'd Never Play Tennis with a Hippie. And the verse went, they never stop to greet old ladies on the street. They've awfully dirty feet and they never chew their meat. Oh, I'd never play tennis with a hippie. So probably it's not a problem that most of it was lost.
That would have been pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. Let's see. I think I'll do, this is another one about kids. A theme that you may have heard this one, I don't know. I believe in miracles. I've tasted water turn to wine. So raise your glass and toast each other now. Mother and Father, Lord, two sons and daughters, so divine. And I believe in miracles. If I could, you know, I'd feed the multitude, the food of love, the bread and wine of patience. Everything I feel I'd share, everything I finally I've seen Lazarus rise from the dead, 'cause I've seen my children poised on the edge of life. I've held their hands at night, I've knelt beside and bowed my head. Where I could walk on water here tonight, and I feel a peace that passeth all understanding, just to watch my children grow like flowers struggling for the light. I've tasted water turned to wine, so raise your glass, toast each other now. Mother and Father, Lord, two sons and daughters so divine. Sons and daughters doing fine.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was just a song for kids. I think I'll play, this is one, there was a period of time that other than occasional kids songs, I would write a song for, that we'd have a, some kind of office celebration, Christmas celebration, something, and I'd write a song for one of the colleagues.
Nice.
And mostly they were sort of stupid, but this one, this is a colleague who actually, brilliant, he was a great paralegal, he was wonderful doing casework, he was organized, but he also had a real drinking problem. And he ended up stealing some money from the petty cash, and we ended up firing him, and he moved to southern Missouri somewhere. And so I wrote this for him, and I don't know if he really sort of got it. I play this occasionally because it's sort of a weird little song, but
Did you write it before all that or after?
I wrote it during I knew he was alcoholic.
Okay.
And that was I was so I was trying to maybe say something to him. I'm not sure. I don't really remember my thought process back then. But when I play the song now, I tell people I wrote it when I was young, and it's a really stupid song about a very serious subject, which is about addiction. It's called Potato Salad. Well, he walked through the swinging doors as the midnight chimes did ring. And just one look at that dark bearded face, and nobody's said a thing. The young blonde waitress, she was shaking from her lips to her knees. Is there anything I can do for you, sir? Well, you could take my order, please. Potato salad, it sure is nice. Potato salad, well, it's my only vice. Potato salad, you want to put my soul on ice. Give me potato salad, I'll pay any price. Well, he ate that dish right up, but he still wasn't satisfied. He cocked his eye at that waitress again, and you know what he implied. She swaggered right over, but this time she's shaking her hips like a flirt. She said, I'm off at 3 if you'll wait for me. No, he said, I just want to order dessert. Potato salad, it sure is nice. Potato salad, well, it's my only vice. Potato salad, you want to put my soul on ice. You need potato salad, 'cause I'll pay any price. He got home that night about 4. I've been led to understand his woman's waiting at the kitchen door with a skillet in her hand. You can go out at night, she said, but you know you better not cheat. He said, stay your hand, dear, you don't understand. I just had to get something to eat. Potato salad, it sure is nice. Potato salad, well, it's my only vice. Potato salad, you want to put my soul on ice. Give me potato salad, 'cause I'll pay any price.
That's a good song.
Yeah. It's funny because I wrote the chorus first, and I was just trying to write sort of a blues type thing in
Yeah.
E. And the way the tune worked out, I wasn't particularly musically sophisticated back then. I actually wrote the song in the key of C sharp minor. But that's potato salad.
Potato salad.
Let's see. Okay, I know what I'll do now. Then I started in the 80s writing the occasional sort of political song, and I've played this one also recently because this was a vision. I remember that something had come on the news about the Diary of Anne Frank. I can't remember what it was, but I thought about her and that family hiding in that section of the house that was hidden, walled off for so many years. And this was during the Ronald Reagan years, his second term, and people forget, but he had developed Alzheimer's, and he wasn't really all there. And some of the people around him were putting together a military that was actually off the books. It was funded by selling weapons to Iran, of all places.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
And they took the money and they had their army in Central America and Yeah, anyway. So this is a song about a fascist coup in the United States, which never really seemed that possible until now it seems topical. It's called Underground. Winter time's approaching and things are getting tight. The sun goes down in the afternoon, but I still can't sleep at night. Thinking about the past and all the changes that. Thinking about the past and all the changes that I've made. Thinking about the future and why I feel afraid. Once I joined a revolution, I was ready for a fight. Now I'm content to sit at home with the wife and kids at night. I used to shout my slogans in the streets of the town. I still think the same thoughts now, but I don't even dare to write them down. Hear the sirens in the night. Step softly. See the soldiers in the streets. Don't make a sound. Tell them that you don't know where to find me. I'm going underground. Now every Monday morning they greet me with a smile, and they pay me fairly well because my work's worthwhile. But I don't read the papers and I don't watch the news. When I choose to play guitar, I always pick the blues. Well, the book of Revelation says the world is gonna end. You can hear the same in the ancient tales from almost every land. The fear in my heart is of the final irony, that my generation of peace might fulfill that prophecy. Hear the sirens in the night. Step softly. Hear the hobnails in the hallway. Don't make a sound. Tell them that you don't know where to find me. I'm going
Whew.
That's underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no place to play the songs to back then, so I made them up and they just in my
They're
mind.
not waiting to be needed.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I played at the Crumpet a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And I did that song and the other one, the 1950s, Coming Back Again,
Yeah.
that were written a long time ago. And don't know. They just those are visions that just sort of came. This is another one I've hardly ever played, I think. Sort of political, but about, anyway. It's called Two and Two Together. Let's see, I have to remember how it starts. There's trouble in the land of plenty, the land of make-believe, trouble. Maybe I capo this up, let's see. Trouble in the land of plenty, the land of make-believe. Each day brings a new disaster. You can watch on your TV, watch on TV. Hold on. I
You're
have to start it
remembering.
over, yeah. Trouble in the land, trouble. Watch on your TV. That's how I did it. Okay, we'll start over.
All right.
Trouble in the land of plenty, the land of make-believe. Each day brings a new disaster. You can watch on your TV. There's rivers of money flowing through this land. There've been so many lines drawn in the sand, but the rich still grab and hold everything they can. While on the other side of the world, night is falling. On the other side of the world, desperate people calling. If we're so clever, can't we ever learn to put two and two together? I knew a boy who always wanted to lend a helping hand. After 4 weeks of basic training, he's still learning to be a man. He can follow orders, he can shoot his gun, he'll do whatever needs to be done, but no one ever tells him what's to come. While on the other side of the world, false words are spoken. On the other side of the world, a fragile piece is broken. If we're so clever, can't we ever learn to put two and two together? I knew a lady dedicated her life to help the poor. Now she's working for a government agency behind an office door. She completes the forms and she signs her name, shakes her head 'cause it's such a shame, but sometimes alone at night she shoulders the blame. While on the other side of the world, children are scratching in the dirt, that empty look in their eyes as if they've no feelings left to hurt. If we're so clever, can't we ever learn to put two and two? If we're so clever, can't we ever learn to put two and two together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, 2 and 2 together.
I like how your songs are like for children and for children. They're like about children, and then you have ones that are sort of like for the future. They're like learning lessons for future generations. And these came from places that were so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're still so relevant and full of lessons.
That was written on the deck of the Lucky Landing House
Wow.
in the sun. Okay. You know what I'm going to do now? This is a song. This is a different song. Actually, I think it's capoed in the same place. But when I was young, when I was in college, my playing companion was my roommate, David Belser, who called himself Clovis Bruton, and I called myself Southpaw Slim. And we would play blues and country and old country to hillbilly rock and stuff. And years later, he was doing, and he had a great voice. He did a record once. He was doing some community theater with his wife, and this is David and Susan, and it was a play about Lady Jane Grey, who is the 9-day queen. I don't know if you know anything about the 9-day queen.
Not a lot, no.
It's not
I don't.
common. I was lucky enough to go to, or unlucky enough to go to school in Britain for 2 years of high school, so I had more British history than I needed. Lady Jane Grey was the grandniece of Henry VIII. After Henry VIII died, there was a problem of succession. And his son died young, who was the king, but then died.
Oh, right.
And the big deal was then in Britain was Catholics versus Church of England, because Henry VIII had created the Church of England because he wanted to get divorced.
Right.
And the Pope wouldn't divorce him. So anyway, everyone knows that. He had, Henry VIII, I am, that kind of stuff. But the Protestants in London were very afraid of, maybe it was Henry's daughter, was Mary, Queen of Scots.
Oh, yeah.
I might have the generations a little wonky, but she was also known as Bloody Mary, which is not a good person to challenge.
No.
But Lady Jane Grey was a teenager, and they pronounced her queen, and made her the queen. They had a ceremony and everything. And she was apparently very intelligent. She spoke several languages. She was an accomplished musician at age 16. And she lasted as queen for 9 days because Mary, Queen of Scots, was on her way down from Scotland with an army.
Oh, man.
And Lady Jane Grey didn't have an army. So David wrote the lyrics to this, called The 9-Day Queen, for their community theater. And everybody said, David, nobody can put those lyrics to music. How can you? So he called me, and I put the lyrics to music. And Larry and Leslie Latour and I recorded the song and sent it down to them.
Nice.
I don't know if they used it or not, but it's called The 9-Day Queen. 9 days I was the queen, lifetime as a pawn. Just let me be 16 and twirl upon the lawn. Can I go home? When my father knelt to kiss my hand, I cried, curse the hand I was dealt, the queen of hearts I died. Can I go home? Can I go home? Northumberland, the Duke, and my own Father John, let heaven soon rebuke and play the even song. Can I go home? Can I go home? I beg for a reprieve, but Bloody Mary wore her father's old green sleeves outside my tower door. Can I go home? Can I go home? I cannot find the block, the blindfold or the blade, ticking of the clock. Come help me, my dear maid. Can I go home? Go home. I did not wish this crown, I do not wish this death, but let the blade come down, I'll sing my final breath. Can I go home? Can I go home? 9 days I was the queen, lifetime as a pawn. Just let me be 16 and twirl upon the lawn. Can I go home?
That's a cool song. I hope they used that.
I hope that. I have no idea what happened to it. Although I used to play that sometimes at the Dadgad Coffee House in the early days, and a lady, she was Deanie Susie's niece. Do you remember Deanie Susie, who was a friend of your
Of Uncle Bobby?
of Uncle Bobby's?
Yeah.
Who was in the band Heart once upon a time.
I think so.
Anyway, Deanie was quite a singer, but he was they were from Bangor. Deanie was from Bangor. His father was mayor, and Deanie was he was a drag queen. He called himself Cruella de Vil. No, what did he call himself? Something like that. But yeah, he tried to get into Disney World once dressed as his drag character, and they wouldn't let him in. They said.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Incredible.
Yeah, but how did I get off on Deanie Susie? Anyway, his niece picked up that song. She had a beautiful voice, and she used to play that at the Dadgad too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she had a really good voice.
Yeah,
I heard her
yeah.
play.
What's her name? Anyway, started with an A. That I remember. Let's see. We're probably getting on close to an hour, but I'll do one more.
Sounds great.
This is a song. This is getting into a difficult period when Gwyn's mom and I had trouble and ended up divorcing. And this song, I thought it was the title was really clever. It's called Mystery, but it's spelled Mystory because you had history, and of course the early feminists said, why not her story? And so this is my story, but mystery.
I like it.
Okay. And it's autobiographical. The first family situation that's discussed is when I was a kid growing up. And then anyway, it's called Mystery. Can't remember how it starts. The queen, she loved her subjects, but the king, he made the laws. She believed in loyalty, and so she overlooked his flaws. I turned to petty thievery when rebellion should have held sway. I didn't raise the flag of family till we went our separate ways. Now first love's not always true love, although some believe it is. Some say you must die young to know eternal bliss. So Romeo and Juliet, I guess they got all the breaks. Well, I didn't know I had a thing to give, and had to live on with my mistakes. History repeats itself deep within your heart. History repeats itself every time that lovers part. Once there was a garden where now only desert lies. Once Eve and Adam had a shot at paradise. If you truly search for knowledge, temptation can't be wrong. But if you blame the snakes for your own mistakes, well, it's hard work from that day on. Been so many strange encounters, there've been so many twists of fate. Love's not your destiny, but a chance you've got to take. If I could give myself to giving, I could drown all the trouble I've seen. Lord, she makes me feel like the grandest king, and I swear she's a doggone queen. History repeats itself deep within your heart. History repeats itself every time that new love starts.
Beautiful song.
That was History Repeats Itself.
Hmm.
Actually, it's Mystery.
Mystery.
Is that enough? You want me to do?
You do you.
I don't want to make the episodes too long.
Oh, right. Well, we can wrap and do another episode next time. What's next
Okay.
time going to be?
It'll be,
What's your theme?
I don't know, it'll probably be the end of the difficult times and then more recent songs.
Very cool.
And I should be able to get up to pretty much the present day.
That's great.
Nice.
You have so many songs.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to finally get them down.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Because, again, they aren't written. When I went over, tried to make a list, my first list had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5A, 5B, because I would remember something else that was,
Oh, sure, yeah.
it was written in that time. So, yeah, that's another one that I played occasionally at the Dadgad.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
So
Until
that's a
next
bunch
time.
of songs. Yeah, thank you.